Now, we like making money as a DoorDash Dasher, and we're looking for new features, offers, etc. This is all I do here. I help you make money in different side hustles. I've been dashing since 2018. I've done basically all the other niches and apps, but what about those new features that kind of get announced, but they don't really go anywhere? Might it expand? Is it even worth it? That's why in this video, I have Tom out of New Jersey in his marketplace, and we're going to talk about one of these features that's lesser known, but might be worth it. We'll find out here because I'm really curious. Tom, welcome to the channel. How's it going?
Hey, Mike, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Very good. Yeah, I'm glad that you're here. And we were talking before this. I'm really curious about round trip offers, folks. Round trip offers. You might have no idea what that is. We're going to get into it, but for our viewers and our team members, talk to us a little bit about how you got into dashing these gig economy platforms. A little bit of that.
Sure. Yeah. So I was working for a company for 25 years and recently got let go. Before that, 3 years with my first company. So I've been working for 28 years. And when I got let go, I started up with Uber Eats probably in mid-April. And I started to test Uber Eats out. And eventually DoorDash came available. I was on the wait list for a while. And as soon as I hit DoorDash, I fell in love with the whole gig economy, we'll call it, right? And today I pretty much will prioritize DoorDash every day. Like I'll go out and I'll use Uber Eats as like my filler app, if we call it. And I have Instacart and what else? I'm on the wait list for Roadie and Amazon Flex right now.
All right. How long was that wait list, by the way, to get onto DoorDash?
It was actually pretty quick.
Okay.
Instacart was longer, which is kind of strange. I figured it might be the opposite, but DoorDash was pretty quick, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay. That's not bad. So you're in a New Jersey-based market close to New York. How many deliveries have you done on DoorDash so far?
Sure. So DoorDash, I'm probably about 650, and just like rough numbers, right? 650
sure.
since mid-April, and about 200 on Uber Eats.
All right. So about 800-ish total. The primary app is DoorDash here. Let's get into these round trip offers. And I'll put an example if we can on the screen, folks. At least we'll put the earnings here. So the way this works is Tom's going to get an offer for business A, whatever it is, and they're delivering something. And we're going to deliver that item to business B. Typically it's B2B, business to business. Now that business B is going to pay for it uniquely in cash. Now that's not your cash. They're paying for the item. So you take the cash back to business A. It's a round trip delivery. So
yes.
Tom, just give us a high level because I don't have this. I don't think a lot of our viewers have this.
No.
How is it? How many of these things are you getting? Tell me about it.
Yeah. So I was in between. An offer, right, on Earned by Offer back in July sometime. And I was driving through a neighborhood where this business, it's called 1-800-RADIATOR. And it popped up as an offer. And I was not platinum at the time. And it was pretty high number. It was like maybe 15 and it had the little plus sign. I was like, wow, what is this? And, the fear of the unknown, I was driving. I said, I declined, right? But then when I got home later on that night, I was like, what was that? So I got onto Google Maps and I found the actual store. It's an auto parts store, a warehouse and a little front end retail. So I said, they're open at 9 a.m. in my market. I'm going to go the next day and check it out. So I got there at 8:30. I think I was probably a little bit too early, but watching the clock, right? I was on pause because I really wanted to get that offer. I was waiting and I was going to decline everything until I got it because I really wanted to try it. So 9 o'clock in a few seconds. I'm picturing like the guys on the inside of the store, right? They're probably getting ready to hit the button at like 9 o'clock, right as soon as they open. And I walked into the retail front, the front store, and they're like, "Nope, you got to go around back." I'm like, "Oh, go around back? Where am I? Where am I going?" Right. So there's a door on the side of the building. It just says DoorDash on a piece of paper. And I walked in, and it was like a warehouse, racks of auto parts. There was like plywood, like boxed out. So when you walked in the door, you can't really go too far as the driver. And there's like an old desk and paperwork and filing cabinets. And basically, you show the offer, and the guy gives you your part. He's got all the parts laid out on the floor, very organized, and each part. So like most of them are radiators, but I had gotten like a stack once where it was a radiator and another type of part. I forget what it was. And you get the part, and you get a manila or an envelope, an empty envelope. So my job is to take that part to the auto mechanic who ordered the part, collect the cash, and then bring the cash back. So the offer card, which I'm going to try to get you a copy of it, I get paid to go take the part and then to bring the cash back.
Okay. It sounds pretty straightforward. Like they have a pickup system. You mentioned the little plywood boundary thing, which actually I like, because like you said, like I don't know where to go, man. So you have the DoorDash sign. Hey, here it is. Have a little sign, have a little desk. You pick up the stuff. Now, and we will try to show you an offer card here, folks, but did you happen to notice, because you said like $15 for the one, typically these will quote distance, like mileage in time. I assume is the mileage for the round trip. Did you happen to notice that, or?
Yes. So I think I did a total of 5, and 2 of the 5 were stacked. So 7 total deliveries, right? So 5 offers and 7 deliveries. They were all generally smaller distance, local shops ordering the part. You think about it, like if you have your card, if your car's broken down and your car's at a shop, right? The shop opens probably earlier, but the parts store is open at 9. So, it's the time window there. They're not ordering from like 5 counties away, let's say, right? It's a shorter distance, and they're waiting for their part. So it's a pretty close run. And like I said, they will. Like we'll use the $15 example. It's 15 plus. So they'll pay you 15 to go. And then I think what I spreadsheeted for you was it's typically so far 75% to come back with the cash. So that's pretty good when you on the whole dollars to miles and dollars to time. It's pretty good.
Now explain that to us a little bit. I appreciate you sharing that breakdown. The 75% part. So what are we referring to there?
Yeah, sure. So when you hit accept, it says 15 plus.
Right.
So I'll get, as a driver, $15 to take the part from the shop called 1-800-Radiator and bring it to the auto mechanic who's waiting for it. So that's the $15. And then the plus happens to be 75%. So when I hand over the part, collect the cash, or it could be a check, right? And I put it in the envelope and I drive back to the parts store, I get 75% of 15.
Okay. If I'm understanding this correctly, you said the first leg, pickup to initial drop off, that is the initial offer amount, in this case, $15?
Correct.
And then on leg B, on the way back with the payment, you're noticing an additional like 75% of the initial amount.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So the first time I went, not knowing what I was doing, the guy behind that piece of plywood explained it to me, and he said, "Yeah, we're going to pay you to go and pay you to come back."
Okay. Is it always showing the plus then on the offer card?
It does every single time.
I was going to say,
I didn't until we were going to get together here. I honestly didn't realize that it seems like it's a fixed amount. Like over the 5 transactions that I did. They were all 75%. So that could be a contracted thing maybe with DoorDash and the parts.
Okay. And I know you've done a good amount of the financial analyst analysis on this. What was the overall payout per mile? Do you remember like on what we're looking at here?
It was close. So I think one of the offer cards, not the offer card, but one of the summary sheets, I think it was close to $25 an hour.
Okay.
I think I did one for $25 in 56 minutes. I'm pretty sure. It was pretty close to that.
And the mileage, are you getting with the initial pay plus a 75% on the way back? Is it paying what? $1.75, $2+ a mile? What do you remember?
I don't remember.
That's okay.
It wasn't too bad though. If I had to take a stab at it, it was probably above $1.50. It could be possibly more. But I know it wasn't $1 or less. It was reasonable.
Well, that sounds decently worth it. And I guess that'll be my next question, for you in the audience here. Are these worth it? Because you've done a good amount. I think if it's quoting $25 an hour, that's wonderful for me. My goal for you folks is $20 to $25 an hour. Hey, if you're getting value on this video, drop a like. If you appreciate Tom coming on the channel, a part of our contributor program, if you want to apply for that contributor program, check out the link down below. 25-ish an hour, like trending again, there's a lot of variables here. And if we're thinking like, maybe $1.50 per mile or so, again, it's a variance there. What do you think? Like, what is your verdict taking the 8, 5, whatever you've done so far?
It's good. It's everything in life, right, has pros and cons. I did the 5 and I typically, for me, I had to travel to the store, right? It actually, what it did, it actually, there's so many offers that go out. It actually lights up the hotspot, right? The red hotspot where other drivers can see that. I would do it again for sure. But there are some cons, which probably prevent me from doing, or I would just rather maybe just do my regular food deliveries, we'll say. But it was worth it for sure. And I haven't done one since July, but I would definitely go back to doing it again. I wouldn't not do it, if you know what I mean. Sure.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. And I'm wondering, because when they first announced this, folks, round trip deliveries, they used 1-800-Radiator for this stuff. So it makes me think it might be their only client right now that agreed to pilot this, round trip stuff here. So Tom's thinking generally, yeah, I'd do it again. The pay's got to make sense, the time, the workload, etc. Let's pivot slightly here and let us know in the comments which you prefer, earn by time or earn per offer. Because Tom, I believe you only do earn by time, right?
That's correct. Yes. I started out, like I said, Uber Eats. And then when I transitioned over to DoorDash, I was by offer. I can't remember exactly what caused me to slide the thing over to the right where you click earn by time. But since I did it, Mike, it's all I do. I log in every day and that's what I do. I do it for 5 days a week, 6 to 7 hours to 8 hours a day. And, everyone has their opinion on DoorDash, we'll say, right? I trust the system and it works for me in my market, right? Generally speaking, I could probably average $24 an hour. And me being a finance guy, that's what I used to do with spreadsheets and whatnot. I track my stuff, it's still the old fashioned way. I know you have something coming out soon. And I could get tips 80 to 90% of the time. I know a lot of people will take the negative flip side to earn by time, but I don't want to go back. I like just sitting there and working. I don't have to think too much, right? It's not stressful. And for me, part of my experience is the whole, part of me doing this, right, is part of the experience. And I could see both sides, right? People don't want to drive too far. I roll my windows down and it's, still really nice outside and where I'm at, and I can just sit back and enjoy it. And I like it. I don't mind driving. Now there are times where I will decline stuff. Sometimes I just don't want to go that far. Once it wanted me to go into Manhattan. I'm like, no, I'm not spending $30 to go, bring groceries, across
Right.
the river. But I like it.
Oh, very good. And listen, folks, I've been doing this stuff for like 10 years now, basically. You want to subscribe and download our new tool that Tom just gave me the alley-oop on there for. It's called Shift Mate, starting for iOS here in like 30 days. We're going live with Android support to follow. So at least fill out our inquiry form on our website, shiftmateapp.com. Tons of tools in there. You can check more and learn on our website. So while I pull this up here, and Tom, you should see this. This is the new screen. Now you have this. I have this. DoorDash even said, hey, most people are going to start to see this. And this is earn by time. Now, this is what you tend to do. This is a good kind of like yin and yang because I do earn per offer typically. So I mean, do you like the new screen? I don't think a lot has really changed here, and I'm glad it's making you money on Earn by Time. Folks, I'm not loyal to any app or platform. Do what is paying you the most in your marketplace. If it's DoorDash, if it's Uber Eats, or if it's a different niche entirely. Don't forget about that if it's catering, rideshare, grocery, or something else. So let's lean into Earn by Time here. What do you typically get per active hour? Like, what is the default that they're giving you? And it sounds like you're still getting a good amount of tips because they say tips might be lower on Earn by Time, but you're saying like 80, 90%. Talk to me about that.
Sure. I will give you my impression. So the good thing is that when I came from Earn by Offer, right? As soon as I transitioned to Earn by Time, I could tell the difference in offers. They tend to be smaller quantity of things, right? So I might be picking up one sub, so right, like a turkey sub, and driving tons of miles. Now it's an average though, right? So sometimes you get that offer, but then other times you'll get something. I have not yet gotten. So I'm platinum. Like I have not yet gotten a air quote. What do you call it? Catering offer, but I have gotten like 6 dozen donuts to a company, right, where the tip was beautiful. So I think the way DoorDash does it, again, my opinion, right, I don't have facts on this, but I think the way they do it, I think as long as you're consistent, right, as a driver, I wish I could explain it, Mike, but I average $25 an hour, right? If I look at sometimes the individual components of it, yeah, they're bad, right? But overall, collectively, they make it happen. So that's why I said I'm a fan of it, because even this morning, I started out really slow. It was so slow, but I made it up somehow. And I don't think it was me being, I didn't do anything, right? Specifically, I accepted the things that came my way, and and I made my number at the end of the day.
I think, and I'm sure you felt this, Tom, you got to be agile with this gig stuff. And I get it. We're free when we're free. You have a certain amount of free time, but sometimes it's just not working. It's not hitting. The customers aren't placing orders or rides or whatever it is. If you have a little wiggle room, you can be a little agile. I just did this on another shift. I'm like, it's dead now. Let me try later when it might be busier, and it just crushes. So if you're more rigid in your schedule, I get it. If you're like, I only can do this time to this time, I get it. It's going to provide more kind of reliability on hoping it's busy versus kind of reacting there. So as we wrap it up here, and this time's flown by again, drop a like on this video, folks. Consider subscribing, and I appreciate Tom being here. Any final words on any round trip, Earn by Time, what you're seeing on DoorDash, even, your newer experience with Uber Eats, Waitlist? Just give us a little kind of high level view of what you're seeing, what's working if someone's watching this.
Yeah. So I was thinking about just to help with one clarification, right? So if I get one of those long rides out to, a place where maybe I'm not familiar with, right? Because like like you have mentioned in your previous videos, know your market, know the hot spots, like know where the good places are to stage, right? It's all a strategy. So what I'll do is if I have to take an offer that goes out quite a bit, right? And like I said, I like to prioritize DoorDash. I like to keep that clean and I like my acceptance rate high. So I will pause that, right? This is just my strategy. I'll pause that. Once I get out to where I have to go, right? Taking that one sub 20 miles. And that's a whole separate issue. Sometimes I wonder why DoorDash allows that, but I'll pause that and then I'll come back, right? And I try not to make those dead miles. I'll have all the other filler apps, we'll call it. And I would say a good percent of the time I hit stuff on the way back. And I think that's probably part of the reason why I could probably hit my numbers too, right? Just because of that fact.
Well, you described kind of that daisy chaining or a dash along the way, or whatever we want to call it, if it gets pulled away 20 miles for a sub. That kind of goes down to restaurant delivery radiuses. They can pay more to have a bigger radius, to my understanding. They can all set a delivery radius. Who knows what's going on there if for whatever reason they have a huge delivery radius. But anyway, getting offers back, whether it be dash along the way or using the other apps, like you said, if it's like Uber Eats or something, we want to just minimize empty miles, if possible. So let us know, folks, on the round trip delivery specifically, would you do it? Handling payments, cash, what have you, but then you get the pay there. You get even a little bit more pay on the way back, and then earn by time versus earn per offer. Let us know. And Tom, thanks again for coming on the channel.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And hey, my name is Mike. All I do is help you make money in different side hustles. Check out our new ShiftMate app. There's a free version. There's a premium version if you want to go deeper on those earnings insights, which I want you to make sure you can maximize your income. We have a lot of resources here as well. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of our contributor program.